Pesachim Daf Chavav deals primarily with the concept of a hana habolil adam bal karchai. If you get benefit against your will, we'll see exact parameters of that case. What is the halacha? Abaye is going to be mekel, you're allowed to get hana, and Rav is going to be machmir. We're going to have two different lashonis how to learn up this machlekes, followed by Abaye trying to prove his din, Rava trying to prove his din l'chumra. From Rava, we're going to segue slightly into whether reach, whether scent, is called a mamashes, the tangibility, and thereby you could be over in me'ilah. And then we're going to conclude with rayas, two rayas to prove to opinion of Rava l'chumra, which the Gemara will deflect. And finally, a raya to the opinion of Abaye in the first lashon, proving that the opinion of Rava in the first lashon is incorrect. So we begin in Chavayim and Beis, the statement of Abba, no, if you get this benefit against your will. So the first way to learn this machlekes is they're arguing when it's efsher, you did not have to get this hana, you do not have to go past that bakery, but you do not have intent to smell the chametz. So Abaye says it's mutter and Rava says it's aser. The second lashon is where it's impossible, you had to be there, but you have intent to smell it. Again, Abaye says it's mutter and Rava says it's aser. So as we turn on to Chavav and Aleph, we discuss the second lashon, where you did not have to be there, but you have intent to smell the chametz. Abaye says, where do I know the din that's going to be mutter? We learn from Yochanan ben Zakkai. He was sitting and darshaning in the shade of the Heichel, the shade of the Beis Hamikdash. It was lay efsher. He had to be there. He had to darshan to everyone in the halachos. But they had intent to get benefit from the shade during the drasha from the sun. And we see it's mutter. Rava says that's no proof because the walls were made for the interior. So it was an abnormal form of benefit from those walls. The fact they were sitting in the shade on the outside. Rava comes along and says, I know it's machmir. I know it's aser because they used to lower them into the Beit Kodesh HaKadoshim to do the repairs. It was lo yavshar, they had to do the repairs, yet they had intent to get the benefit, and we see they did whatever they can to prevent them from getting that benefit. They made these boxes with 3 walls. Says Rava, we see they lower them from the roof. Says Rava, we see lo yavshar kamachamin is going to be aser. The Gemara says that's no proof because kol, mara, and reach, sight, smell, and sound is something that's not called a tangibility. You're not going to be over on me'ilah. The Gemara goes into that statement of sight, smell, and sound, whether it has a tangibility, and the Gemara concludes that in truth, smell is slightly different. Smell you could be over on me'ilah. The reason why you're not going to be is because whenever you burn up the ketayres, what happens is you did a mitzvah with them. Once you did a mitzvah, then you're not going to have me'ilah. The Gemara has 3 different cases showing us that there are cases seemingly where you did a mitzvah and there is me'ilah, chumas hadeshen. The Gemara says those are special cases. We don't learn from there. Now we move along to the proofs. The Gemara brings the proof to the opinion of Rava again that lo yafshir, where it's impossible. We had intent to be there, that it's going to be also in the case of the para aduma or the egla arufa, that you enter into the corral in order to nurse and you want it to thresh. And we see that it's possible, even though it's lo yafshir, it has to nurse, but you also want it to thresh. So we see lo yafshir kamachavin, it's going to be possible, going to be aser, like the opinion of Rava. As we flip along to Chavav and Beis, the Gemara says no, there's no proof from over there, especially because like Asiv, it says Avad, we read it Ubad, and it teaches us that any form of work with the Para Aduma is going to be Aser, but not necessarily conforming to our regular rules of Lo Yavsher or Kamachadin. The Gemara brings another proof when it comes to Naveda. The halacha is, if you find an item, what do you have to do with it? You have to spread it out, you have to care for the item. What if you're going to have guests? Thereby, by spreading it out, you're also going to get benefit. It's Lo Yavsher, you have to spread it out for the item. But Kamachadin, you're getting benefit, and we see it's Aser. Seemingly improved to Rava. Says the Gemara, no, you know why it's aser? Because ayin hara, or because they come to steal that item, so that's why we don't let you hang it out. And finally, the Gemara now brings a proof to the first lashon. The first lashon of the Gemara was what it was efsher. You could have avoided it. And what? It was efsher, and you did not have intent. Yet in that case, Rava says it's aser. The Gemara brings a proof on those who would sell shanis. It says in this brisa, they're allowed to wear it. They're allowed to wear it, even though it was efsher to do what? To throw it over their shoulder. Still, they're allowed to wear it, as long as they don't have intent. Clearly a proof not like Rava, a proof like Abaye in the first lashon. We'll pick it up from here, that it's Gemara and Pesachim, Daf Chavav.